Welcome everybody to Boom Boom Boom. Yeah, boom 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 zoom. Boom 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 zoom. Boom 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 zoom zoom zoom. I'm your boomer boy Asterios Kokonos, and with us is Monkey
You are
Jones.
simultaneously doing the most low energy and at the same time high energy intro I've ever heard on a podcast before. Because I don't know if people can tell on the video feed, but it seems very clear to me that you're the kid on Xbox Live who wants to be all like cussing and stuff, but your parents are in the other room, so you don't want to get too loud, and that is literally what you're doing right now on this show.
Yes, oh my god. I Wow, you really found it. Yeah, I'm at my parents' house. I'm
I'm
visiting them
surprised
for a
that those
week.
that the Disney princess pink curtains are not yours at your house.
I didn't know if this was visible or whatever. There's all this shit. There's like there's so much Disney princess bullshit all around me. There's like sheets with hearts, and this is my
The sad thing is,
this
this is your former childhood bedroom, so I don't know why you had all that stuff as a child, Asterios.
I
You were
hope this
non-gender conforming.
I hope this explains a lot. Wait, hey, I want to talk about something off the bat
Okay.
because just in case people haven't heard it, this auction is really fucking funny, and I'd love for you to tell people about it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just our old friend Asperger left a bunch of items at my house when he moved out, and he hasn't come to pick them up. So I went through the legal motions of figuring out when I legally own the things he left. And after I send a letter to his legal residence and he does not respond within 30 days, I am allowed to do with his items what I wish because I will be the owner. And I was just going to auction all of his kitchen stuff off, and all the proceeds are going to go to a domestic abuse charity. So I thought that would be a nice thing to do with things in my house that otherwise I was going to throw in the garbage.
Would I would love, as somebody who is in the market for new kitchenwares, for example, I'm getting really into Pyrex lately. Could you maybe give us a sneak peek at what some of these great finds are?
Oh, I actually don't know, other than what I filmed. I have not even touched the box because until I legally own it, I don't want to touch it. I'm trying to stay as calm, cool, and legally collected as possible. See, unlike some people, I go through the legal hoops necessary to do funny things. I don't just break the law.
Oh my god. Yes, break the law to do unfunny things like Asperger did.
Yeah,
Um
not funny.
yeah, yeah, well, hey, it sounds like there's a real Storage Wars style, J.J. Abrams style mystery box here. You don't know what you're gonna get.
I think there's like a
Uh,
blender, a pan, a pot, just all sorts of assorted cooking utensils. It'll be fun.
I believe you also said in the video that Asperger said they were expensive and good.
Yeah, he was very proud of one of his non-stick pans in particular, so I think that'll go for a hefty price.
Well, I know that he is hoping that these charges don't stick to him. So let's hope this pan is
Yeah.
equally coated.
Maybe he
But
can win the auction for his own pan.
oh my god, damn it! Um, I just want to say, as somebody who has done some very spiteful things, this is really great.
It's spite for charity. I think
That's
like
the
you can't even
yes.
say I'm morally in the wrong here, which I think is the most beautiful thing.
It's it's a real work of art, and I just want to say bravo.
Oh, thank you.
Um, if listeners, I assume you know this, but just in case you don't, there's a YouTube channel called All Hail Chancellor Susan. Who knows what Susan they're talking about? It could be Susan Sarandon, Susan, George's wife from Seinfeld, who died when she licked those envelopes,
Ooh,
Susan B. Anthony. I mean, who knows? But
Susan
anyway,
Waluigi, perhaps.
wait, wait, what?
Susan
What?
Waluigi, named after the greatest Mario character who ever lived.
Do you do you have the same relationship with Waluigi that I do, where I'm like, I know you're a meme, but I also genuinely like you?
Does anybody genuinely dislike Waluigi? That's my question. He's a great character.
That's a good. I mean, that's a really good point.
Wario
Like,
and Waluigi are infinitely more interesting than Mario and Luigi. If somebody mains Mario in Smash Bros, you have the most boring personality possible in my opinion. Now, if you main Wario, now you're a kick-ass motorcycle riding cool guy, kicking ass in Smash Bros. Mario, you throw a little fucking fireball and do a cape. Oh wow, what exciting gameplay! Wario's running you over with a motorbike. It's fucking cool.
Are there
Mario's the vanilla ice cream of fucking Smash Bros characters.
I honestly, Smash Bros was like just past my time. Smash Bros came out when I was in college, and I said to myself, like, Asterios, you are not bringing your Nintendo 64 to college. 'Cause
What?
If you do, it's all you will do.
You would have been the most popular kid in your dorm. Let's go to
think
Asterios' room and play Smash Bros. Let's go. Instead, what? You just jerking off?
I did spend a lot of time jerking off. Yes, a lot of time jerking off. Oh my! Did you bring your video game system to college, or did you do what I did?
No, yeah, I brought my PlayStation too. That's all I had at the time.
Oh my!
And that was in 2014. I had a PS2 and nothing else.
Oh my god! Well, don't people consider the PS2 like the best system?
I do. Yeah, it is the best system.
Yeah, the console war, man, it's so stereotypical boomer zoomer, but like the only console wars I truly cared about were the Sega Nintendo wars.
Because Sega does what Nintendo don't. That is right.
Yes, exactly. And then when the Lynx got involved, the Atari Lynx, and there was a Jaguar, there was a 32X and a Sega CD, and there was a thing where you could play Game Boy games on your Super Nintendo. And then after that, I just tapped out. I just got too old.
Too old for video games. That's a tragic story. There's no such thing. My grandmother plays Wii Fit every day. Even in 2019, she's playing that Wii Fit. She's the most fit granny you'll ever see, Asterios.
I'm trying to think of, I think I might find the Wii Fit trainer hotter than Princess Peach.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she's doing all those moves. And
Princess Peach is always wearing a big puffy dress. You have no idea what her waist or butt actually looks like under that thing. Wii Fit Trainer leaves very little to the imagination. and trust me, my imagination has visited her a lot.
Oh my God. Because Wii Fit Trainer could also make me a better person through the power of yoga and fitness. And it's like, I'd be waking up early. Oh, this one time I dated, it was a very good relationship.
The voice actress for Princess Peach?
No, I wish. I dated a woman who was like a professional strongman competitor.
And so, emasculating Asterios.
I thought I was like,
did she have a bigger penis than you?
I just thought she was just cool. Like, she would lift big rocks, and she would like do shit with kettlebells, and she would like wake up every day at 7 and go to bed every day at 9, and she wouldn't drink. And then I also didn't do that. And for like 2 months, I was healthy. For 2 months.
It sounds like it's more of you having a fetish for fitness instructors who will fix your problems for you.
Yes. I would like a mommy with hot tattoos.
Wow. Didn't have to bring the mommy thing into this, Asterios.
Well, look, someone has to fix me. I can't fix myself.
It's a weird thing to say when you're at your parents' house and your mom's in the other room.
Ladies, I'm your problem now. Hi. I'm a man-child, and because I say I'm a man-child, it excuses me from having to fix myself. Isn't my ironic distance charming?
All right, Asterios, before we have our classic 20 minutes of random non-sequitur bullshit. We have things
to do.
Before we jump into, you wanted to talk a little bit about the response to the last episode, but first, I really want to point out, this is important to me. This is episode 18 of this podcast, and that is relevant to my life because the last time I had a show like this was the Insufferable Social Media Argument podcast, where me and one of my best friends would just get down every week and just do an hour of comedy. And that show, and you would know this because you were there for it, that show ended at episode 18. So
I didn't know I was on the final episode.
Yeah, you're on the final 2 episodes. So this is a big milestone and potentially the final milestone, Asterios. Based on my track record, this might be the final episode of Boomer versus Zoomer. Will the relationship last the next week? It's anybody's guess. Will we make it? Should we record 2 episodes tonight just to ensure we beat the record of the previous show? I don't know. What are we going to do? How do we make sure we make it to episode 19 without one of us kicking the other guy off, Asterios? What can we do? I have to break this record. It's a curse on my life.
Well, I have to say, I think this is truly the ultimate cliffhanger. It's like, you're going to have to tune in next week to see.
Tune in to see if there's a show.
Yes, exactly. Will we make it?
And what's funny is, and I keep running into this problem. On this very show, we've had, I think, 3 different episodes where it begins with one of us saying that the show is over. That's a running joke I've done for years now. I did it with my buddy Manimal on our gaming show. I've done it with Asperger a bunch of times. And it's always so bittersweet because all of those shows did eventually have messy endings. So then people like pull up those clips like, wow, man, they thought it was a joke back then. But look at them now.
So many people have said, these openings you guys are doing on Boomer Zoomer are really funny. But I also know that one day this will happen. And I'm kind of glad they're saying that because
they're lowering their expectations so we can't possibly let them down.
Well, no, because it makes me think like, hey, Stereos, you're a big fuck up. Like, maybe don't fuck this up. It's like, you really like talking to this guy and you really like doing the show. Maybe don't get like a bug up your ass about Trump or Bernie Sanders or something. Like, maybe don't freak out on one of your only friends.
Well, I don't think it would be your fault because if you will still do the show after I appeared on Alex Jones's network after you advised me not to, I mean, I don't know if it could possibly be your fault. Clearly, you have a high level of shit you'll put up with. So if I somehow escalate above this skyscraper you've built, then I think it's just my fault, right? How could I possibly? I'd have to go out of my way to let you down. Okay.
This is really interesting. So this Manimal guy stole your channel, right?
No.
You told me, or you said last time that like someone stole a YouTube channel of yours.
A long time ago, my YouTube Let's Play partner Biggs deleted our shared channel, but it wasn't stolen. It was just outright deleted with no chance of recovery.
Why did he do that?
Because one day when I was at work, I checked and he was responsible that week. We'd take turns each week of uploading the daily episodes. And I saw that it'd been 5 hours since the episode was supposed to come out and it hadn't. So I just texted him like, dude, can you please pull your weight? I've been doing this for so long. You're not doing anything. And I guess that text pissed him off and he just deleted the whole operation. So I've learned not to ask my friends to pull their weight.
Would it be fair to say that that wasn't a one-time occurrence, that maybe you'd been talking to him for a while about doing more?
No, he's just lazy. And he didn't like the idea that he had to do anything.
Very early on in Boomer versus Zoomer, I realized I have to start doing more. Monkey is doing everything. Like, and I remember texting you very specifically, like, I'm sorry that I realized that I'm dumping all of this on you. And this was before the YouTube thing, and it was also before the Asperger thing. It was back like during like Monkey 1.0. Yeah, I will, like, I don't know if this is funny, but I'm just being honest.
Based on the comments from the last episode, the show is not funny anymore anyway. So.
Actually, look, just to wrap this up, I will say this. It's like, listeners, I'm going to try really hard not to be a triggered fucking boomer. Like, I'm trying so hard. I finally got an appointment with a psychiatrist later this month. I'm trying to find
we've literally driven him crazy.
Yeah,
we should foot your psychiatry bill because it's our fault.
Yes. I'll make a separate Patreon just for my shrink. But,
you should.
Last week we talked about. Yeah, I'm also going to podcast my therapy sessions. But last week we talked. We did the mental health compo. Let's speaking of last week, let's talk about this. Here's a great response that we got to the last episode because I made a comment that I feel like trolls are doing it because they're sad. They want attention. They're looking to make connections, and they're missing something. It's kind of like better to be hated than ignored. That was my take on Notch. A lot of people
Speaking of
disagree.
which, we have an official response. Notch DM'd me his answer about our invitation to Smash Bros. And pizza at my house. So whenever you want to hear the answer, let me know.
Well, that kind of takes the sales out of this crap. But here, let's sail through this then.
Yeah, let's go.
So a guy said, quote, "Dang, what you said in the last episode is really true. The only person I ever really talked to is my therapist. So I go around on Twitch streams trolling song requests and on Discord servers posting offensive memes." I wrote him back, "Are you trolling me now?" saying this. And he wrote back, "No, I'm being serious. I do that. What you said kind of resonated with me." So I know a lot of people disagree with that. But hey, this at least I have one person who thinks I'm right.
Yeah, a lot of people agreed with a lot of the things you said last week. I brought in a comment too. This guy said, "I don't know if Asterios thinks he's somehow nudging the youth towards the proper path of liberal progressivism by slipping his political beliefs in here or what, but him repeatedly being blatantly wrong about things he clearly has no understanding of and has never done a bit of research into really ruins the mood of this comedy podcast. If I wanted to hear a liberal blowhard spout PC propaganda, I'd watch Stephen Colbert," and then he finishes this with, "Cy was a better co-host."
Okay. Who is Cy? And no, wait. Let me guess who Cy is.
Okay.
Is Cy a pedophile?
Yes.
So you've worked with two pedophiles and
okay, so
a domestic abuser. Just making sure.
It really comes down. I don't want to say Cy is a pedophile. He's very much into the lowly shit. So it's really up to the viewer's interpretation of the word.
Well,
I wouldn't call him a pedophile.
We should get into.
No,
let's ruin the podcast even more. But
because we got so many fucking comments last week saying, "Why are you guys? It's a comedy show. Why are you talking about politics?" And I'm thinking, the episode began with me opening up about my mental illness. Were you just laughing every second at that portion? And then when we talked about politics, then it became unfunny? You sick psychopathic fucks. Since when is this show always a comedy? We've talked about so many fucked up things about, well, you think Asterios' life falling apart at the seams is funny? I do, but I'm sick in the head. Not every bit is supposed to bring you laughter.
That's a good point. You opened on your tight 5 about body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
That's a really goddamn good point.
They were upset that the part about it's okay to be white was not funny enough. But me and my mental health issues were evidently hilarious.
It's like, for me, it's kind of like if this stuff comes up organically, we should talk about it. But I listen to so many shows where, like, all of a sudden the host will just, like, give a conservative opinion. Like that's what so many stand-ups like Dom Herrera or what's his name, not Jimmy Kimmel, the other one, the guy from Loveline.
Oh, Bob Ross.
Yeah, exactly. Bob Ross. He's painting those happy little tax cuts.
Right.
I listen to a lot of shows where, like, suddenly, like, someone will start saying conservative stuff, and I'm just like, well, I don't agree with this, but I can wait. Like, it's anyway. I'm really sorry if I triggered people. I'm sorry this show isn't a safe enough space for you. Anyway, I'm a boomer talking to a zoomer, but this morning, me and my mom went out to breakfast with my mom's friend. My mom's friend brought along her 13-year-old son, who is a doomer.
Uh-oh.
And it was the first time I talked to, like, a doomer, like, where I was like, I was talking to this kid for an hour, because it was like me and him were at the kids' table. I'm 37, and, like, me and him were at the kids' table, like, so my mom and his mom could talk about, like, mom bullshit.
Ew.
But I want to give the first ever Boomer versus Zoomer Doomer report.
Okay.
I asked him.
You interviewed this kid specifically for this podcast.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I asked him, what's cool? What's hip? What's with it? What's happening? You know, what's the haps? What's the haps pops? I'm asking him all these, normal questions. And here's what he's telling me is cool and not cool.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think Doomers think of Logan and Jake Paul?
I think they love them and that they want to be just like them and they want to become YouTube celebrities in their shadow.
I thought so too. Apparently, the Doomers say, quote, they're dead at this point. They say, quote, filming a dead guy in a Japanese forest, question mark? Great way to start 2018, guys, comma. You were dead to fans before that, and that's when you even lost the hardcore fans. They also don't like Jacob Sartorius anymore.
All right. I think your Doomer might not be plugged in to the cultural vibe of his generation. The Logan and Jake Paul KSI boxing match followed the Suicide Force thing, and I'm pretty sure they made like $50 million off of an hour boxing match. So I don't know if their hardcore fan base is as dead as this Doomer wants us to believe. Maybe he's trying to trick us because we're old and boomery.
I'm telling you, man, this guy had. Let me walk through the rest of his Doomer opinions.
I want to hear all of them so I can debunk them as the true Zoomer of the show.
Sure. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Judge the next generation just like I judge the Zoomers.
Yes. It's our sacred duty to hate the generation below us.
I love the kick down shit because it's just like the fucking the actual baby boomers from the 50s hated the hippies, and the fucking hippies hated like the go-go 80s yuppies.
Wait. When you say the actual baby boomers, are you implying that you, Asterios Kokonas, are not an official boomer? As if that comment we got last week was correct, saying, why are you calling him a boomer when he's in his 30s? The guy who clearly understood the show. Oh no, he's floating off camera. Where's he going?
I'm gone now. I disappeared.
I love it when we get comments saying, he's not a boomer. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, nobody else pointed that out. You're the first after 18 episodes. Good job.
I know. But the thing is, these comments are clearly coming from teenage kids, which is so cute because it's just like, what are you going to do? Argue with 14-year-olds?
Yes.
Actually, I mean, I do it too on YouTube.
It's funny. When you know you're right, it's funny.
Yeah, I get. All right, but anyway, what I was going to say about the boxing match is, I mean, fucking China boxed Joey Buttafuoco. Like idiots, like has-beens getting into boxing matches is like a thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun to watch two freaks fight. Trust me, I know.
Well, I'd say also the documentary by Shane Dawson about Jake and Logan Paul just came out like 5 months ago, and that was the biggest hit on YouTube of the year.
It was?
Yeah, it was like 15 parts long, and each one got 20 million views. So Shane Dawson is a hot commodity, and perhaps he somewhat revived these doomed careers, according to the Doomer.
All right, well, let me keep going down this list.
Yeah, let's see more.
All right. What are the most popular shoes right now for Doomers?
It's probably going to be the most popular shoes of all time, the Skechers brand Heelys that have wheels in the bottom so you can skate around in your tennis shoes and you look fucking cool.
He did not mention those, although I do love Skechers. It is the S. There are these shoes called Yeezys by Adidas, and the popular
Yeezys?
Yes, the popular Yeezys are called the Boost, and he showed me some of these on the Adidas website. They're like these $400 sneakers that Kanye West makes.
Oh, because he's Little Weezy or Yeezy or whatever
or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what his rapper nickname is. I thought he was just Kanye West.
Yeah, he goes by Yeezy, and then he also calls himself Yeezus, and it's just like okay, whatever. Okay. The first thing I did when I sat down was I said, because I'm like, I need to instantly make a connection with this kid. I sat down and I go, so Apex Legends, what's going on? What's up?
Oh my God.
Oh, so Sorry, my camera went off.
I can still see you.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I went, sup, Apex Legends? What's going on? How's Apex Legends? And he goes, a lot of kids played that for a minute, but then Fortnite Season 8 came out and they all went back to Fortnite.
Oh.
And I was like, what?
So it's a good thing you didn't rush to write that Apex Legends I got sucked into the video game book that I advised you to write.
Yes.
Would have been a waste of time.
I know. Guys, we might still have a little more time with Fortnite. I'm very excited. Do the floss thing, dances.
Well, we can review the next book in the series of our ongoing book report.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So we could continue to spend $7 on books neither of us will read. Yeah, so I was very excited to hear that. I said, do they play any other games than Fortnite?
Let me guess.
And he said, wait, okay, guess please.
Mario Odyssey. The Doomers are big fans of Mario Odyssey.
He said, quote, they only play Fortnite. they could play other games, but they don't.
Wow,
the Doomers! I love these guys.
That's pathetic.
Okay, what do you think the Doomers think of Ariana Grande's new album, Thank You, Next, in all lowercase?
I saw a disturbing video featuring Ariana Grande just yesterday, Asterios. You have to see this.
Tell me things.
Do you know much about Dan Schneider?
Yes, but on the off chance our audience doesn't, why don't you tell them?
Dan Schneider was the producer and creator of such hits as Drake and Josh, iCarly, Kenan and Kel. I think he also did All That, The Amanda Show. And he is pretty famously a creep. He's creepy. There are a lot of rumors speculating that he was perhaps sexually abusive towards some of the young teenage female stars of his programs. And evidently back in like 2010, 2011, on his YouTube channel, he would post little behind the scenes vlogs of the shows he was doing. And he would like run up to the kids with his camera and make weird noises and just like film their reaction. And there was one he uploaded where this was in 2011. So I think she would have still been a teenager. I'm not sure how old Ariana Grande is. On the set of one of these shows, Ariana Grande was laying on the ground on the set with like a dress on, and her skirt was kind of riding up. And Dan Schneider is filming her, and she doesn't know that she's being filmed. And Ariana Grande says, everyone can see my pussy. And then she sees that she's on camera, and she says, oh, cut that out of the video. And he uploaded it anyway. he put this up on the internet. Yeah, that's my reaction too. I'll send it to you if you want to watch it. It's fucked.
No, I'm good. And for those listening to the podcast at boomerverseszoomer.com, I was making the face that you think I was making.
It's horrifying. And then he walks over and starts filming her while she's sitting on the ground, and she like tenses up. Like she was so giddy before she saw him come over, and she's like moving her hair to cover up her chest, and she's like very cautiously covering up her crotch with the skirt. Very, very clear that she was not comfortable being near this man. It was so creepy and fucked. That's the monkey recommendation of the day. Go find this video. It's great.
Well. If he had made Ned's Declassified, I'd give him a pass. But the shows he made are not great, so get fucked, Dan Schneider.
How dare you? You can't talk shit about Drake and Josh, you motherfucker.
I remember watching Drake and Josh a little bit. In college, me and all my friends got into tween sitcoms because we were like, they're very relaxing. Like, I was a college freshman, and me and my friends would all watch The Sweet Life with Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
We thought Mosby was funny. We thought Brenda Ida Song was like, we liked everything.
Yeah.
Except the two main kids, honestly. We would watch Drake and Josh at the Man TV offices. Like, we'd get together, we'd eat popcorn, we'd watch these shitty shows.
What a great job.
Yeah, because it made me and my friends feel better about like being poor. We're like, we're watching Nickelodeon. Like, we're kids again. We have no problems. But at some point, didn't one of them who was fat get thin, and then the show became not funny?
Josh did lose some weight and become the Chad that Drake was supposed to be, yeah. But I think the show was always funny.
Okay, so that didn't fuck with the dynamic. Like, did they write around that? Like, did they do an episode where everyone was like, "Oh shit, you're more fuckable than the fuckable one"? Like, did they talk about that?
Well, as the show went on, I think they sort of aged out of the high school drama sort of plots, and it was more just these two wacky stepbrothers getting into stupid shenanigans, like they're on a helicopter ride and then they accidentally kill the pilot and they don't know how to land the helicopter, so they have to parachute out. That was a whole episode. They're building a treehouse for a neighbor, and they're inside the treehouse, and they forget to cut a door hole, and the saw is outside, so they're just trapped in a box up in a tree. Just funny little shenanigans like that. Doesn't really have to do with one character having sex and the other one being fat.
Okay. Because I did assume it was the one character has sex and the other one is fat show. Like, okay. Drake and Josh, Dan Snyder made that. I don't think anything's better than Ned's Declassified. I think Ned's Declassified and The Adventures of Pete and Pete are like the two best sitcoms Nickelodeon's ever made. I don't think anything else comes close.
Yeah, Ned's is definitely Kino in every way.
Yes. Are there any other really good? I never watched Notorious. I never watched the one with Julia Roberts' daughter. Like, what are the other big
I mean, I think most people would agree. Keenan and Kel, Drake and Josh, all
Yes.
that, and Amanda's Show are just classics of all time.
I did like all that, but I was always very jealous of those kids. I was like, I want to be on all that. And then the Amanda Show, I was like, I want to call them the Dancing Lobsters.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me give you one more Doomer thing.
You didn't tell me. Do the Doomers like Ariana Grande or not?
No.
Oh,
They don't.
why not?
He said, quote, nobody listens to her. And that really resonated with me because I thought to myself, wait a minute. If I know who Ariana Grande is, then by definition, she's not cool. And I was talking to his mom and my mom about it, and they both nodded at me. They were like, yes, that's right. They're like, we've also heard of Ariana Grande. And I was like, well, goddamn.
Is this kid you were talking to, is he popular or is he kind of a fucking loser?
No, he's very popular. He's like a boater. He walked in wearing cool shorts. He's like a fucking, he has his boat captain's license and he's like 13.
That sounds lame as hell.
Going out on yachts with hot girls in bikinis and drinking beers.
I don't think the kid who spends his time learning how to ride a boat when he's 13 is probably banging a bunch of, I guess, middle schoolers.
I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree about how cool boats are.
I guess we will.
Let me see if I can get one more thing. What is it? Oh, okay. There's this thing called Game Pigeon. You know what that is?
Is that the pigeon of the week on the Loudest Podcast?
The Loudest Podcast, which you can listen to at theloudestpodcast.com. No, I also don't know what it is.
Oh.
But I asked him, what are the cool apps that the kids are using?
It's an app.
For the iPhone. And he was like, they play Game Pigeon. Because it's like you text someone a game and then they make a move and then they text you back. And it's a way to... And I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I'll get on Game Pigeon now or see whatever.
If it's only on iPhone, I can't play it. I'm not an Apple shill.
They might have it on Android. You don't know. I know nothing about the Game Pigeon.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's this week's Doomer Report.
How many Doomers are you going to interview for this segment? Are we going to... Every week you're going to find a random kid and say, answer these questions for my podcast?
I think we both know I can't consistently produce content, so don't worry about that. Fans of Boomer News, Zoomer News, my anxiety will get the best of me and stop me from doing anything.
Hey, don't worry. I'll bring in Boomer News, Zoomer News next week if the show is still on the air. We still have a cliffhanger on that.
We should just text each other Boomer. I need to make a way to find a fun game. Like, we should text each other headlines all week.
Yeah, we should play a word pigeon or whatever it's called with Boomer News, Zoomer News.
The thing I want to pitch you, and I don't know if we should do it on Boomer versus Zoomer or we should do it on Twitch or both, is I've never played a game of Yu-Gi-Oh in my life, and I don't know
Yu-Gi-Oh?
how. When I was a kid, Pokemon came out first. And so then Yu-Gi-Oh comes out and all of us kids were like, this is just a ripoff of Pokemon. So none of us got into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
It was seen as it was like the Hydrox to Pokemon's Oreo. But you love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, every time I go on the treadmill, I'm standing there playing Yu-Gi-Oh the whole time.
I want to learn Yu-Gi-Oh. So if you could, in some way, we got to get you to teach me Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, okay.
But I have a.
It sounds like a living nightmare teaching you how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
No, I mean, dealing with me at all is difficult. Like people, like at first everyone's like, I want to be your friend. I want to hang out with you. And then they're like, you've got problems. And now I'm kind of trapped because if I don't become your friend, I'll feel guilty about letting this mentally ill. Well, anyway, let's,
we didn't even reveal the most important thing of the episode. I didn't tell you Notch's response to our invitation. Are you sitting down? Are you ready for this one?
What did Notch say about coming over and playing Smash Brothers?
He DM'd me earlier today, just in time for this podcast, and said, "No, thank you."
Wake up my parents! Oh my God! I'm laughing so hard I'm getting dizzy. Oh my God! And how did you respond to that?
I said, I don't think I even replied. I think I was just heartbroken. Here, I'll pull it up.
Oh
it sounded like he thought I was going to save the world, and anything beyond saving the world he was not interested in. I don't know how open he is to me reading our DMs, but it's very strange behavior we got going on over here.
Maybe you shouldn't. Now that I think about it, it's like, I mean, we know. Look, he's not doing it.
Yeah.
We tried.
I just thought no thank you was a funny enough response.
It's incredibly funny.
Yeah.
Someone told me on Twitch. Now, someone told me on Discord. I don't know anything about this. Someone told me on Discord that like one time Notch invited a bunch of people over, and they started trying to like make content and hang up the Kekistani flag and like do all this bullshit in his house. Have you heard about this?
Most of the things I've heard about Notch, I heard from you, so I've never heard of any of this.
Yeah, I feel bad. It's like, well, Notch, if you're listening to this, we're not those guys. No one will even know you were there. Like, we just,
He was polite enough to say no, thank you. I think that means
nice.
like I'm totally not interested, but I don't want to be mean about it.
No. I'm just. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It's just. Well,
hey, if you wanna hang out with a millionaire game developer, my friend Florian Himzel is also rich and lonely. We should just invite him over and do it with him instead.
Has he ever visited you? You talk to him all the time.
Yeah, he said he doesn't like being in the same room as other human beings, so it's probably not going to happen.
That's okay.
He says he really likes having internet friends, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly how you feel.
Who would have thought that the creator of The Binding of Isaac might have emotional stuff to deal with? Certainly not me.
Well, people who, in their youth, just develop video games probably just don't like hanging out with people that much.
Yeah.
Because you're just sitting at your computer all day. I mean, that's what I've been doing my whole life, is just sitting at my computer all day. What am I doing right now?
Yeah, that's true. I don't like hanging out with people either, but I force myself to, because otherwise it's like when I hang out with people, I get nervous. And when I don't, I get sad. You just can't win.
Yeah, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. We've got more exciting updates from things from previous episodes if you want to hear it, Asterios.
You know what? Fuck yeah. I also want to tease one more thing if we have time. If not, we'll talk about it next week. But
we'll have plenty of time.
I did actually speak to another Doomer. A Doomer texted me this week from the principal's office, and they were in trouble.
How old is this kid?
I don't know, but he was in high school. I put my phone number out there, 347-705-7617. If you don't believe it's me, call it. I will pick up the phone unless I'm asleep.
Or on this podcast.
But he said, Asterios, I was doing stand-up in the cafeteria, and I did a joke about how I was going to make the streets run red with the blood of alt-right Nazis.
And of course, his alt-right Nazi teachers were not having it.
No, Jordan Peterson was super upset. He was like, let me, and he grabbed him with his lobster claws. It was awful.
What is this lobster shit? Did Jordan Peterson say he's a lobster?
it's just a reference. Jordan Peterson has some bullshit with lobsters. I don't know.
Okay.
But
The cockroach of the sea, lobsters.
I try not to get too deep into it. But he so he texts me all this, and I text him back like, "This is bait. I'm not gonna take this bait." And he goes, "No, I'm serious." And then he sent me a video of him doing stand-up alone in the cafeteria, and he opens up by talking about Naruto and how his body pillow is hardened with cum. Mumpy, are you familiar with any of this material?
I
Hardened
wonder,
body pillows?
I wonder which comedian influenced him to make these jokes.
Yeah, could it be the...
It's probably you.
Could it be the guy who goes on long, jokeless rants about conservatism? Or the guy who made a video called The Mumkashi Chronicles where they fought a body pillow? That was representative of his ex-comedy partner.
You know, I'm starting to double think my whole comedy career. If I'm really influencing the youth this much that they're getting sent to the principal's office, maybe it wasn't all worth it in the end. I think we're causing more harm than good, Asterios.
It's tough. But at the same time, look, these kids need entertainment. What are you going to do? So I told him, oh, God, okay. He sent me like a 20-minute video. He was like, I was doing stand-up alone in the cafeteria, and a teacher walked in and saw me at the moment where I was talking about making the streets run red with the blood of the alt-right, of alt-right Nazis.
Right.
And I told him this. I told him, here's what you got to say. I put on my PR hat is what I did.
Right.
I was a PR professional for 5 years, and I said, kid, I know exactly what you have to say to get out of this. I told him, just keep repeating this. Comedy is a passion of mine, and my passion may have gotten the better of me. I now realize that school is not the appropriate venue to perform my art. And in the future, I'll perform comedy at local theaters or on YouTube. I said, just keep repeating that. He said, now this is a little bit racist, but it's a direct quote.
Okay.
He said, quote, but my father is Mexican and he's going to beat me.
Oh.
To which I replied, just keep repeating this. Just keep saying comedy is my lifelong dream, but I now realize that school may not be the best venue to perform my art.
Yeah, say it in Spanish so your dad understands what you're saying.
La comedia es muy bueno, pero la escuela es no bueno por la comedia. En el futuro, yo soy no comedia en el cafeteria.
I have actual advice for this kid. Give it
to him.
If your father is Hispanic or speaks Spanish or is Mexican or whatever the fuck, if he's going to spank you, whether you're a boy or girl, the best way to make him stop is to moan, "Ay, papi!" That guy is not going to want to spank your butt again. He's going to feel so uncomfortable. He'll probably have your mom come in and do it, and she is much weaker than him. Just go, "Ay, papi! Oh!" You will not get spanked for the rest of your days. I guarantee it. Just turn your relationship with your parents into a sexual nightmare. Am I wrong?
No, that's the best part of this. No, that's great advice.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I literally...
Unless your dad gets an erection, then you're in a whole new world of hurt. Call, who do you call when you're, for child abuse? What's that?
DHS, DIFUS.
Call them.
There's all sorts of people.
Either way, you're not going to get hit anymore.
Well, I was going to suggest he just like smear something gross on his jeans so that when the dad smacks the jeans, it gets a gross hand. But
ew, this is going to make him more mad.
I feel like you've taught... No, that'll work.
Yeah, you got to creep them out.
No, that'll work. So those are the two doomers that I spoke to this week.
So if you're an underage kid, I guess talk to Asterios. That's the takeaway of this episode. Give this man a call.
One. No, there's a third one. I'm not kidding. This is not like a rule of threes thing. I forgot about this. Another kid asked if he could Skype me in for a class presentation about how to build a small business. And I said, yes. And he goes, great. I'd like you to tell my classmates all about Spite Incorporated.
Hell yeah!
And I'm doing that tomorrow.
Oh, you gotta record the whole thing and post it as a video.
I'm gonna try to. I'm here on my I'll visit my parents, so I'm on my shitty 2011 laptop. But I am very much going to try to screen record the whole thing.
Awesome.
I feel like it should be harder for kids to reach me, and I blame everything else.
You keep giving out your cell phone number is the problem, I think. Most kids have cell phones.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but shouldn't they have to get their parents' permission to use it? Or
no, you only need your parents' permission to go to Disney.com or ClubPenguin.com. Otherwise, you're free game.
Yes, that's exactly right. To enter the whatever fucking contest, the McDonald's blah blah. Kids, get your parents' permission to go online and text the Stereos Coconuts about how your dad's gonna beat you right away.
We should make a infomercial for your cell phone number and have all those terms and conditions at the end in a really fast voice.
The first thing I should do is say, do you have your parents' permission to be talking to me? And then I'm in the clear, baby. Age-gated.
And they should have to record them asking their parents for permission to talk to you and then send you the video. And then we make a compilation of all these videos of kids' parents saying no.
Please don't. We don't want you to end up like him. Just imagine a supercut of
who? What?
Isn't there someone funnier or less strident you could talk to?
I like how in this version of the joke, the parents are aware of your bits and they just don't think you're funny. It's not that it's a strange old man.
Isn't he that guy that doesn't call into the Dick Show anymore? What's up with that?
That's egregious.
How dare he? How dare he? Yeah. It shouldn't be this easy. I blame everyone else. Parents, do a better job of making sure your kids don't text 347-705-7617. But I do like the idea that Spite Incorporated becomes a service that people can use to get out of trouble at work, in relationships. It's like, I'm a PR guy. I'll tell you what to say. I told him, keep repeating this. I said, just find variations on it. I also told him, oh, this was the best part. I told him, now obviously they're going to start to think you might be a school shooter.
Only against the alt-right, though. So if you didn't vote for Trump, you're safe.
Here's what I told him to say. I said, tell him to say this. Go. At the time, I felt that making fun of beating up Nazis would be safe because who could possibly disagree with that? But upon further reflection, I realized that school is not the venue for any kind of joke about violence against anyone whatsoever, and I'm very sorry. What do you think?
I don't know. I got away with making videos about committing school shootings while I was in school, and that didn't end up too poorly, so... I got a funny YouTube video out of it. So, hey, to each their own. It depends on how much trouble you're willing to put up with.
I guess that's a good... The thing I told this kid was, I was like, you got to take an improv class. You got to take a stand-up class. I was like, you got to get this shit out of the school. I was like, honestly, kid, you sound really fucking funny, but there's no way this shit is going to fly right now. The world is a hellhole. Just do this anywhere. I was like, you should be doing this on the internet because that's where people will actually want to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think underage children should post more videos of themselves on the internet instead of just interacting with their peers at school. I think that's great advice, Asterios Kokonos. Do you want to hear the most average manlet update yet?
Have I told you that I am not planning on having kids?
I think we've talked about that because I agreed that I'm not going to have kids either.
I feel like after this conversation, I'm even more committed to not having kids.
Just for the safety of the potential child?
I just may not know what I'm talking about. This all sounds great in my head.
Well, because you're giving advice from your perspective is the issue. And that'd be terrible advice, not only for yourself, but for most people. No, especially children.
If my advice was any good, I'd be in a better place. Oh, here's how it ended, though.
Oh, okay.
I said, they're going to try to trigger you and bring up school shooting shit. I go, the most important thing you have to do is not get triggered. And he said, no offense, but I've seen your comedy and I know what getting triggered does.
It makes you funnier than ever.
I was like, this kid's got zingers. This kid's zigging me about being a triggered boomer over here. Get this kid on stage. I love this guy. All right, but anyway, I just talked for like 52 minutes. I want to hear from you. I'm so sorry.
It sounds like you talked for 52 minutes on the show and 5,200 minutes this week to underage kids.
What? Moving on. What was that?
We have an update
to our next segment.
To Mumkey's quest to becoming the world's most average manlet, folks. I know everybody's excited for this. People were posting comments in support of my lifestyle changes, my diet, my exercise, and I'm very excited to announce Asterios. People who have been following me on all my different things know that over the last 3 months, I've been taking medication for my abnormally high blood pressure. My doctor was afraid that I was going to die at a young age of a stroke or heart attack because I evidently have the blood pressure of, and I quote my African-American doctor, the blood pressure of a 70-year-old black man. That's what she told me, which in my mind is like, well, if you have to bring race into it, that must be like a very specifically bad blood pressure for her to say that shit to me. So I've been taking these pills.
African American police captains are tired of your hot dogging antics, and they're always eating Tums. So she's right.
Yeah, I had the blood pressure of a cop that was he's 1 day from retirement, Asterios, and he's getting too old for this shit. And my body, my blood pressure was getting too old for my shit too.
Your blood pressure is tired of the antics of both Tango and Cat. No, I hear it. She's right.
I want their gun and their badge on my desk right now.
And don't go solving the case without these two items to get back on the force and get your finger in the paper. Remember when it was like front page news? It's like spinning newspaper, Tango and Cash back in action. It's like, do people know who Tango and Cash are?
Yeah,
These the world's most popular cops. Okay, I'm sorry. Tell me more. I'm talking too much. Tell me more.
So those are the issues I was having, and also I talked about how I've been having some dysphoria about my big fat body, and I feel like I need to lose some weight. So I've been doing the Mumkey regimen, a full hour on the treadmill every single day while playing Yu-Gi-Oh on my laptop, only drinking water, no more alcohol whatsoever, just water. And when I do a 24-hour live stream, I might have half a Red Bull, but that's it. And folks, I went to my doctor for a checkup 2 days ago. I'm excited to announce my blood pressure is now literally perfect, pristine. It was like 128/84 with a normal pulse. And in the last month, I've been doing this diet and exercise shit for 3 weeks or so. In the last month, since my last appointment, I have lost 7 pounds, folks! A whole baby! I worked out so hard and dieted so well, a whole baby fell out of my asshole, and I gave birth. And now I lost that weight. It won't come back, baby. We did it! The path to becoming the most average manlet it's never been clearer. I'm almost to my dream goal already. We've barely even begun.
I'm very, very proud of you. Like, that's fantastic. I can't think of anything harder than taking control of your health.
It is pretty annoying. It's like, wait, this is like an everyday thing, isn't it? I really wanted to go back to doing those poor choices that I was making.
Of course. Who doesn't want to drink and go to Bojangles?
Yeah, and I dream of it every day.
Of course. Who doesn't want to get one of those big sweet teas, go to the bathroom, dump half a bottle of vodka, just go sipping all night and eating them rounds. But
and really I will say though, as much as I have cravings for those things, I'm now getting to the point where I will become aggressively frustrated and angry if I don't have my treadmill time every day. So I'm a real asshole until I get on that treadmill to work out the anger.
That's great. It means that your body is craving exercise.
Yeah.
Which means it knows what exercise is.
So if I haven't been on the treadmill, get out of my way. You're fucked.
But you know, when hot people complain, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like if a hot girl was like, get the fuck out of my way. I've got to get to Pilates. I'd be like, yes, you should. Good. You should get to Pilates.
You gotta get that frustration out of your system.
Bring that tight ass back home, Linda.
Linda.
I assume, Linda's a hot
Is that
name.
really a Stacy-esque name, Linda? Seems
For-
more like your
for boomers,
secretary.
yes.
Oh,
for
really?
boomers, yeah. Yeah, because of
Isn't Linda the name
Linda
of-
Ronstadt,
Isn't that Bob's Burgers' wife, Linda?
who she was hot when she was young.
Was she?
Yes.
Okay.
Because remember, she was in that all girl band. She was hot.
I've only seen like the episodes you made us watch when you came over.
Yeah, I do make people watch Bob's Burgers a lot. Because you guys wanted to watch South Park, and I was like, it's very preachy and depressing. I was like, can we just watch Bob's Burgers, a show that does not care about giving me its opinion?
We should have watched Impractical Jokers. I had so many people on my stream say that you and me
Yes.
should start our own Impractical Jokers, and I said Asterios would never do that.
No, you're wrong.
You would do that?
What?
You would do like on the street pranks with hidden cameras and shit?
I've done that before and been paid for it.
It just seems like something that you wouldn't want to make random people uncomfortable, so I feel like your empathy would get in the way.
No. I'll say anything to anyone because later I apologize.
Yeah. That's what you never see on the show is when they're like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm not a crazy person. It's for TV. You're gonna be famous. Don't worry. Here's money."
Literally, I had this exact conversation today with my father. We sit down, I turn on Practical Jokers, and he goes, I don't like it because a lot of times they bother people. And I go, Dad, I worked in television for 10 years. If the person's face is unblurred, it means they signed a release.
Right.
And if they signed a release, it means they were okay with the footage being aired. Like, it was my job. I worked for Dr. Drew for a while. Like, Dr. Drew would interview people about, like, sex, like, very explicit sexual topics on the street. And then I'd be the one that went over and was like, would you sign this? Are you cool with it airing?
Oh,
Blah,
that's
blah, blah.
cool.
Yeah. But I made a bunch of videos for Hungry Man Dinners where I went around doing, like, pranks to people. That like people, if you look up Hungry Genghis, like I played Genghis Khan, I'm all dressed up in like an outfit and I'm fucking with people. It was like 10 years ago. Yeah, like I would love to do that.
Well, shit. I guess we just need 2 more comedians who are comfortable doing it, and a whole set of a whole crew, camera operators, microphones that you can earpieces, probably a couple vans, television studio. Network to play the show, editors for the show, original music. But I think we could do this. I think it's achievable.
I have all of the equipment. I have little lapel mics and like I have multiple cameras. You have a really nice camera. We get sriracha, and we just need one more person
And all the cameramen.
of color, ideally. We could be each other.
You want to be the Impractical Jokers that has a token girl and a token black person?
No comment, but yes.
Hey, we're diverse enough. We have a manlet and a half Asian man. Isn't that good enough?
And I'm old. Don't forget that.
Well, I mean, so are the Impractical Jokers. I think they're your age.
Yes, I love the Impractical Jokers because they were like sketch comedy guys from fucking Staten Island. Like the forgotten borough. Like nobody gives a shit about Staten Island. And they were like these guys that were in this troupe called the Tenderloins. And then all of a sudden, like they get big. They're apparently incredible. Like I've heard stories. They're very easy to hang out with and work with because they got like famous when they were old enough that it didn't fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like, oh yeah, this is fun. Like I'm a dad though, Like Murray's a fucking dad. It's just I don't know. I love the Impractical Jokers.
I'm surprised we haven't talked about it on the show until now because that has been consistently my favorite comedy for years now. Like that's my go-to show if there's nothing else on.
My favorite feeling in the world is when an episode of Impractical Jokers ends and another one immediately begins.
Yeah.
When it's like fade down, fade up. We're here at the Parsippany Mall and we got a big fishing hook and I'm like, yes, give it to me.
It's actually the first time me and Sheepover met each other in person. I was thinking, well, we're gonna watch TV before we make out. What is a show that I know anybody could like and enjoy? And that was the show on my TiVo that I pulled up because who the fuck wouldn't enjoy Impractical Jokers? It's fun for the whole family.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That's real hot. That's hot stuff. Speaking of hot, I am also trying to get a little healthier. On Mondays, I did the boomerest thing you possibly could to lose
You
weight.
drank a white Monster Energy while wearing sunglasses.
I said to lose weight. But White Monster Energy is calorie free. It's 0 calories.
Yeah, there you go.
I joined Weight Watchers.
I thought it was called WW now.
It is.
I heard that they lost 600,000 subscribers when they changed their name.
The moment I joined, yes. I joined on Monday. On Tuesday, their financials did come out, and they lost 30% of their value.
Fuck.
Oprah, who was like the primary shareholder, immediately lost like $300 million in revenue.
Oh, wow. Poor Oprah.
But I joined Weight Watchers. I really like it. I don't really have much material on it yet.
Well,
but I'm just saying.
what even is it? Do they send you
Yeah.
exercises and diets and foods and shit, or is it just like I'm part of a club?
It's pretty much. I realize what it is. It is about addiction management. Like you don't count calories, you count points. And like, so I have like 35 points a day, and a like a candy bar is like 11 points. But
What about a molten lava cake from Domino's? How many points is that?
let me look that up.
It's probably, my guess would be 900. I had half of one yesterday, and I had to lay down. I was sick for the rest of the day.
My poor diabetic Zoomer friend. Lava cake. Let me look this up. Lava cake. Hershey's Kisses lava cake. Oh no, here we go. Trader Joe's frozen chocolate lava cakes. 17 points.
Okay. And you get how many a day?
35.
And those are like 35 food points or 35 naughty food points?
35 food points total. But the way it works
So if you eat
is,
2 lava cakes, you're good for the day. That's awesome.
yeah, if you eat 2 lava cakes, you're not allowed to eat anything else for the rest of the day. But
hell yeah!
But they do this thing where it's like fruit is 0 points. Grilled chicken is 0 points if you prepare it with Pam. Any vegetable is 0 points. They're like, if you're going to binge eat, it's a lot harder to binge eat grilled chicken or fresh fruit than it is to binge eat chips or chocolate lava cakes. So what they did was they designed a system that kind of says like, look, we get it. You can't stop eating. Can you maybe just not stop eating grapes? And then I immediately bought like 2 pounds of fruit salad from the grocery store. And I was like, I'll show Weight Watchers. I'm going to get high as fuck and eat all this fruit salad. And I'll show you Weight Watchers.
Can we get Weed Watchers too?
Oh, you mean Narcotics Anonymous? Nah. And I could finish more than a pound of fresh fruit without having to go to sleep.
You ate a pound of grapes?
It was like watermelon, cantaloupe, apple. It was like a big fruit salad, but it was not in syrup. It was just in water.
Okay.
And then I ate a pound of fruit salad. Then I had to go to sleep because I was so tired from eating all that fruit salad. And then I woke up and I tried to eat the other pound, and I was like, I can't. Weight Watchers, you're right. You win. Oh, but I brought my scale home with me. So last week, I weighed 244.7 pounds, the most I've ever weighed, and 8 pounds more than our big fat president, Donald Trump.
Oof.
So now,
there was an episode of The Simpsons back in the 90s where Homer measured himself and he weighed 240, and that was supposed to be comically fat. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have said that tidbit.
No.
That was back in the 90s. Things have changed. I'm sure Homer weighs 400 pounds now.
No, you're right. No, he did. In the episode where Homer's trying to become fat enough to get disability, 240 is him on the way to, quote, success, which is followed by him rubbing a piece of fried chicken against a frosted glass window. Anyway, I'm going to go sadly get my scale real quick.
Okay. I guess this is the part of the show where I call him a fucking boomer. What a fucking boomer, folks. Can you believe this boomer shit I have to put up with every week? There's not going to be an episode 19, not with this boomering around we have to put up with. Boom, 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 zoom, 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 boom, 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 zoom. That is the Boomer versus Zoomer theme song. I came up with it. Melody by me, lyrics by me, and if you try to recreate it or use it, I will copy strike your videos on Vimeo. So, there you go. I didn't know I'd have to riff for so long all alone, but I know damn well I'm not going to edit this out of the YouTube upload. So, here's my Snorlax. This is my Snorlax. Podcast listeners, hopefully Zwick will edit this part out because you can't see it, but this is my little Snorlax. Also got a bigger Snorlax over there and a big Snorlax beanbag chair over on the floor. In the background, you can see my Jumpkey. He's my dear friend. He's always in the background just waiting for his moment in the spotlight to return. He is not a boomer, nor a fucking boomer. Like, I don't need to say who, but I think we all know who we're talking about with that one, folks. You know what I'm saying? You get the picture? I hope you do. Let's get some slide whistle action going. If I could riff for 24 hours straight on Twitch, I can do this on Boomy Zoomy, YouTubey, uploady. Comedy gold. So, Harvey Weinstein has been in the news lately. You hear about this guy? You hear about this, Harvey Weinstein? Yeah, accused of some sort of sexual assault or something. By any chance, can anybody in the audience name the woman who originally accused Harvey Weinstein? Anybody? Anyone at all? Can you name the woman who came out about Harvey Weinstein? No. Nobody?
Sorry.
Exactly! Oh, look who's back! Did you get your scale?
Sorry that took so long. Do you want to put a commercial break in there so that you don't have to vamp for 20 minutes?
Oh, I already did.
Oh, thank God. And we're back with more Boomer versus Zoomer. My mommy found my scale for me.
Oh, good.
Now, I'm going to step on the Boomer Zoomer weight loss challenge. I've been on Weight Watchers since Monday, working out my points and doing this, and let's see what I weigh. Oh, come on. Please don't be so fat that Sriracha leaves you.
What was the score last week? What are we?
244.7 pounds.
Okay, let's hope for below 240.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on. It says it's still sensing. It's one of those computer scales.
Oh, no, it's taking too long to process.
Step off.
It's too high to count.
It's saying thinking.
Okay.
Now it's 236.4 pounds.
Whoa! That can't... You lost 10 pounds in a week, Asterios? My God.
Well, when you have a lot to lose, it's easier to lose it.
Good point. That does make sense.
Yeah, but hey, so boomers and zoomers out there, tweet us your weight with the hashtag Boomer Zoomer Weight Loss Challenge. A couple of people did, but I was off Twitter this week because it was too depressing. But I'm sure they're there. And just tweet Monkey your weight. Let's make this his
if you want it to go into the void, never to be seen again.
Post your weight as a comment in the YouTube comments.
There you go.
Your weight. But hey, me and Monkey are trying to get healthier. Hang out with us. Join us.
Sure, yeah. I mean, if we can, instead of getting sent to the principal's office for copying our bits, why not copy the bit of us losing weight and being healthy? Get sent to the physician's office so that they can congratulate you on your great physique.
Yes, exactly. And if it's anything like the films I watch, and then they'll say, you deserve a special reward. They'll slowly unbutton their physician's coat, get down on their knees. It'll be fantastic.
And then you can say, "Ay, puppy!"
God damn it. Hey, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's Boomer versus Zoomer.
Not only for this week's, but possibly the show as a whole. This might be the final episode.
You're right. This is a real fucking cliffhanger.
Oh, no.
If you're watching this on YouTube, please go to boomerversuszoomer.com to find our RSS feed for your phone. You can also find us on Google Play or iTunes. You just search for Boomer versus Zoomer. The best way to help the show is to download our back catalog, download our old episodes, and listen to them, because we really like doing this show. At least for this week we do. We'll see about next week. Anything else? Anything you want to plug?
Just if you want to check out all the stuff I've been working on, you can go to mumkeyjones.tv or check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/mumkeyjones. And Asterios, I want to plug a little podcast I like called The Loudest Podcast. It's this guy who used to do 100 podcasts, but now he's trying to just do 2, and he's converting all of them mostly into just this one show, The Loudest Podcast. And his co-host is much hotter than him, so there's plenty for everybody to enjoy. You can just...
And funnier.
Well...
What? Hey, thank you. Wow, okay.
Saranch is a lot of things. I don't know if she's funnier than Asterios.
What? This is the only time he's ever complimented me, and I'm not going to argue with him. Okay, so for Boomer versus Zoomer, I'm Asterios Kokonos.
And I've been your Zoomer friend, Mumkey Jones.
And we will talk to you next Thursday. We're coming out on Thursdays.
Maybe.
Bye.
Who knows?